guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, and I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license, you just got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
I've seen one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those
The news article. Young Thug's legal troubles continue to bother him. Atlanta police target him well after being released from jail was posted in case you missed it. When Young Thug talked about his battle with Gunna in an interview, the feds immediately started to follow him.
I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
Regarding his latest song, Money on Money, which features Future, he raps the lines, "I got to be the one calling them friends," and "Bryden, you're a rat twin, you're a pack." When Gunna first signed his plea deal in 2022, Young Thug was told about it by a judge the following day and was seen banging his head against the table, unable to talk to Gunna about what he would do after he was released from prison. Ultimately, he admits that he is not cool with Gunna turning on him in court. Will probably result in Young Thug's prompt return. A widely circulated tweet begins, "I'm sorry, but there's no way Young Thug stays out of jail while also being a rapper." The lyrics you need to use to keep fans engaged constantly break his probation. In his discussion of Young Thug's release, Academics asserts that the conditions are a ruse by the court to get him back behind bars, claiming that it's all a pretext for him to eventually violate his probation and receive a 20-year prison term, as DJ Academics had already foreseen.
Some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. But he's always gonna talk about him and his is doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about the game. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how.
But many believed the feds were getting ready for another YSL case when a WAC 100 news story claimed to have 2 hours of video showing Gunna talking to Young Thug in an interrogation chamber.
Gunna. Hey Gunna, listen, I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina.
During a quick Instagram live, Young Thug would actually take notice of this and use some surprising words without identifying anyone.
Think I miss you.
I miss you too. What you doing?
Nothing, bored. You don't like him?
No, that's in my motherfucking room.
Cause you was being mean. He felt your energy.
Man, I don't even play. I fly all the way to LA. Is that?
When the world was in a panic, DJ Academics would report that Young Thug was phoning other rappers in the business and telling them to avoid Gunna while he was still incarcerated.
The streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers, I just won't call their names. Just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not with Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. Ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Gunna.
On the internet, this also became very popular. For a brief moment, Young Thug made an appearance on another Instagram live stream and chuckled, realizing that he wanted to respond again.
I'm alive. I just jumped on here to let you know that yes, a goat can go live. Whoa! What's up? Who up right now? What's up?
It seemed like everything paused when it was announced, and what seemed to be a pleasant back and forth ensued. The gang unit head for Georgia's PD council said his office is preparing to repel a potential 4PF attack. Although Rico leaves Lil Baby out of the official documents, what's even more horrifying is that throughout the court session, the sighting, the evidence that an investigator had prepared, the police would add, "The investigator is on the stand. We are now listening to the wiretapped phone calls." Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads, meaning that Lil Baby was placing money to have people dealt
Come on,
with
bro, you
similar
know
to
what's
Lil
finna go
Durk's
on.
M
Like,
for
how the
Honey.
hell you can, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Or
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
they were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Young Thug and Lil Baby, the rappers that Atlanta DA is playing, would now begin to respond. Be careful, Atlanta rappers. This is the same DA that tried to arrest Young Thug and made Gunna's plea. Handle because the news would later reveal a big update. Police have asked Lamont Freeman why he closed 4PF following the event. And Lily Baby has been taken to the county jail to be questioned regarding Jackie Davis's death.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two teen-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Little Baby to come buy my tacos up.
It would then.
The declaration would then be made. In order to keep his record label 4PF from becoming recognized as a street squad, Lil Baby reveals that he closed it down, but he did so in the most questionable way possible.
Like his fool had to come to an end, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because the all shit that be going on, and I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first, you know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I...
The lawyer for Gunana would publicly state that Young Thug and Lil Baby were not the targets of the plea agreement when everyone on the internet began to point the finger at her. He would add, "I am not speaking for Gun, but I was his lawyer." This lengthy text serves only to expose the truth. Gunana refused to help Thug's case, did nothing, and even said nothing.
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in Berkeley.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein Hyde and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
He entered an Alfred plea of guilt, which was not utilized during Thug's trial and for which he was never even mentioned as a witness, and spent 8 months in prison before being freed in December 2022. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison with no probation and no limits on his ability to travel, live, or report. In the last 2 years, he has performed for media outlets all around the world. earned millions of dollars and became well-known and popular worldwide. On the other hand, Thug went to trial in Nolo and eventually pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to 15 years of probation with reporting obligations and barred from leaving Atlanta, even if he continued to criticize others, following his 30-month jail sentence. In a fan response that went viral, Gunana's lawyer said, "Once you'll get over it enough, I'll teach you immediately, so go study the YSL trial's penalties for gun snitching. You will comprehend why he will never again get along with Thug and Baby." During a news conference on Wednesday, February 26th, the Atlanta Police Department calls out Lil Baby, claiming that his acts caused the deaths of 2 young people last summer. 7 persons have been detained in connection with the deaths of Lamont Freeman and Jackie Davis, according to the Atlanta Police Department. According to Ralph, the incidents involving Lil Baby were a result of a gang fight that started during the May music video filming and resulted in 3 injuries. "Our team will do everything in our power to hold you accountable," he stated sternly.
Investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
Lil Baby's decision to film a music video on an empty block outside of a taco stand is very odd to fans. The operations were notified that Lil Baby was present, nevertheless, by a woman who appeared on the news. She posted on Facebook that Lil Baby was filming a music video at her taco store, while 3 automobiles were parked.
We over here kicking in. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. We don't know how we do it at Slapping Taco. Baby, there he go, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, cause you already know how he doing this Slapping Tacos, baby.
Lil Baby was busted on Monday night for carrying a concealed weapon without a permit, a week after Gunna agreed to his plea bargain. He was arrested and placed under a $5,000 bond at the Clark County Detention Center. Police claim that the reason the ops pulled up with guns was because they were drawn to Lil Baby's Facebook video and were not even aware that she was present. The fact that Lil Baby is being blamed by the feds rather than the mom is
I need 20 bands. Call the number for me. Hey, security, the black guy. Call the number for me. Locking me up for a term, but I got life. Security, I need 200 bands a year. I swear to God, security. Security, I need 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here. Hey, lady, my check leave at 9:10. Nah, check me good. I got to my nuts. Check me good. You on the camera? I got to my nuts. Check me good. I got to. All right, y'all let me that car shoot myself in the head, y'all.
It goes much beyond this, though, as fans believed that the fact that the term 4PF appears on the same RICO document as YSL, just 8 months after academics made the information public, was a warning about what was actually included in Gunna's.
I've heard 2 of them. Like, I've heard the 2 of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the name. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say.
Nonetheless, academics was at last prepared to come clean with the YSL trial, because Lil Baby's recent arrest seemed to portend a big RICO case, and there are whispers that young Thug, who grew up in Atlanta with Lil Baby,
I'll tell you some
could be
things
involved
that
in.
You're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug. She got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were gonna get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. You doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state watch.
It's possible that the Atlanta DA will try to target Lil Baby next, given the failure of her attempt to attack Young Thug. This is due to the fact that Lil Baby was arrested again less than a month after Gunna's snitching, this time for improper window tinting, and the official footage was released.
Huh? Man, you know why I pull you open up these windows? They're tinted. You can't see nothing out.
I'm a celebrity, man. Nobody can't see me. Give me my ticket. Let me ride.
I don't know what celebrity you are.
It don't matter. They give me my ticket. Let me ride. I can't have nobody seeing me right here. I'm gonna let my window up.
Oh yeah, you good, but you can't have that tinted window, man.
Alright, they give me a ticket. Have a good day, man.
Now, who are you? You say you
My name Lil Baby.
Okay, I just need you to sign right here, okay?
You got a pen? 827. You don't be want to have these. You gotta have tickets in Atlanta. These folks crazy. I take a ticket and then somebody follow me home.
Put a 32.
Huh?
You can put a 32. If you got a medical exception, you can get it.
Lil Baby was just given a ticket in the body cam clip. But according to a number of well-known internet sources, Lil Baby's name was recognized in the police system after the officer gave him the ticket and went back to his vehicle to input it. Another cop pulled him over a short way down the same street, and this time, almost as a warning, he arrested him and took him to the jail without cause. Lil Baby was consequently forced to fly his attorney out in an effort to obtain bail that same evening.